Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra, and this is, an earnings conversation that we're going to be having with the Waaree Energies top management on the earnings that they have delivered. It's a strong set of numbers that has come in for Q1 of FY26. What we have seen, viewers, for Waaree Energies this time around, there is almost a doubling of the profitable figures that we are getting to see from the company. This is all the back of the surge in the revenue figures for the company as well. In fact, it's an all-round performance that we have seen from the company this time around. And we are now welcoming our guest on board, Dr. Amit Paithankar, CEO and whole-time director of Waaree Energies, who's joining in to share with us what has truly been the key contribution for this quarter and how this sets the stage for the financial year to follow. Thank you so much, sir, for taking the time out and giving us a sense of what exactly the earnings has been. We'll start off with that. Was you expecting this kind of a result? Is it better than your expectation? And if you could highlight for us the top drivers.
Sure. Well, first of all, Sakshi, thank you very much for having me on the call and taking the time to discuss the results with us. Pleasure to talk to you about our results and what led us to these results and what do we expect for the year to come. There are three primary drivers or three primary pillars, I would say, that we drive within our organization. And the numbers that you see are actually a result of strong focus on all of these three pillars. The first one is sales, the second one is production, and the third one is projects. So let me take you through each one of them briefly. From a sales perspective, the two of our key markets are very strong from a demand perspective, India and the US. You have seen that our order book is now at 49,000 crores, 25 gigawatts. We got 2.23 gigawatt worth orders from our US business this last quarter. And we are looking at a 100 gigawatt worth pipeline into the future. So very strong sales and equally optimistic outlook as we have a 100 gigawatt funnel that we are looking at.
The second fantastic.
Yeah. The second piece is production. So we have had a record quarter of 2.3 gigawatts of module production, and that is 64% higher than what it was last year. And it is a record of sorts for us. And by the way, that is on the back of just sweating the assets better, making them more efficient, being more quality conscious, being more safety conscious. So that's the second piece. And the third piece is projects. We have many projects which are going on right now for building out factories to ensure that we are able to serve our customers with the strong order book that we have, 49,000 crores. So we have factories for cell manufacturing, which is going on in Un, that's 10 gigawatts of ingots and wafers manufacturing facility in Maharashtra, 6 gigawatts of module manufacturing factory in Gujarat, in Chikhli. So all of those are actually going on track, and that's the third pillar that we concentrate on.
Okay. So yes, all of this points out to all the key driving forces that you are betting big on, sir. Whenever there are such strong earnings that we always see, the next question comes in: is it going to be sustainable to carry out, such a performance throughout the rest of the financial year as well? So could you, before I ask you on the guidance that you have, on all the parameters, but what will keep you going and at what rate?
So, for us, Sakshi, we will continue to be relentless in all of these three pillars: sales, production, and projects. And a relentless focus and pursuit of these three aspects will deliver the numbers that we have already talked about. We have already given a guidance of 5,500 crores to 6,000 crores of EBITDA, and we maintain that. We will be achieving that given the momentum that we have seen in the business.
Okay. Sir, could you help us understand a little bit? You've also announced the additional capex of 2,754 odd crore rupees to expand the cells capacity by 4 gigawatts, and also an ingot wafer capacity by 4 gigawatts in Maharashtra and Gujarat both. Help us understand, what is the kind of commissioning timelines that we are looking at, and how will you be funding this capex as well, sir?
Right. So so first of all, we during this quarter we also talked about an object change and object clause change, and with that we are now going to, for the project for which we have been awarded PLI, we are going to do 6 gigawatts of cells in Un in Gujarat, modules for 6 gigawatts in Samakhyali again in Gujarat, and ingots and wafers in Butiburi, Maharashtra.
Hmm.
That's 6 gigawatts. So the additional capex that you talked about is topping up each of these quantities. Well, not the modules, but cells and ingots and wafers by 4 gigawatts each, and that takes it to 10 gigawatts of cells in Un, and 10 gigawatts of ingots and wafers in Maharashtra. And
Okay.
that's what we are going to use the additional capex that you referred to. That is going to be essentially funded largely by our internal accruals. And at this point in time, the company is debt free. So we have an opportunity to raise loans, but we will decide whether we really need it or we will just fund it using our internal accruals.
Okay, and by when do we see, and resultant impact on the top line from these capex led additions?
So the module manufacturing 6 gigawatts that I was talking about will be ready by the December of this calendar year, which is so. Therefore, we will actually see some of the numbers flowing into our last quarter, and for the remainder too, they will be in the next. I would say in the fiscal 27.
Okay. Help us a little to understand about the three key segments that you really focus on right now: the solar photovoltaic segment, your power generation or power segment, and the EPC segment as well. In case if you could help us understand what is the kind of revenue mix between the three, and how do you see all of them really progressing?
So the largest contributor is the manufacturing of which is in the solar piece. So that's roughly about anywhere between 85 to 90%, and
Okay.
the remainder comes from the EPC segment
Okay.
broadly. Now that's the sort of division. So at this point in time, and for this particular fiscal, it will continue to be that way.
Okay.
The other businesses that we are getting into, which is batteries and and hydrogen, also pieces like inverters, will become more and more relevant in the next fiscal.
Okay. So you also did mention that you've also inked an agreement worth 792 crores with NL Green Power Development in this quarter under review in a bid to acquire the 100% stake. For this also, is it an internal accrual-led acquisition, and what is the kind of potential and synergies that you see with this acquisition for you?
Right. So this acquisition is ongoing. It's not
Okay.
complete at this point in time.
Okay.
It will be funded largely by internal accruals at this stage. We have a total capital budget of 15,000 crores,
Okay.
um, all the way from building power infrastructure, green hydrogen, inverters, batteries, all of that taken together, and of course all the solar projects that we talked about. And so that will be funded by a combination of internal accruals as well as, if need be, we might take in a little bit of loan, although we'll try to keep it to the minimum.
Okay. Lastly, sir, if you could just help us understand as an outlook of FY26, what are you most bullish about in terms of where the outperformance can come in?
We are extremely bullish on the two major pillars, which is solar manufacturing and the EPC segment at this point in time. But Sakshi, honestly speaking, as the other businesses start, becoming significant, these are also going to be very, very important parts of the business going forward. But if you ask me for this particular year, this will be the most important piece of the puzzle.
Okay, well, fantastic speaking to you, Dr. Paithankar, and thank you so much for highlighting for us the key growth drivers for you and how you're confident about sustaining the performance going forward into the FY26, maintaining the guidance on the operational front as well. I wish you all the very best for the upcoming quarters, and here's hoping for a detailed interview next time around when we can also discuss more about the demand scenario and how the industry is shaping up as well. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. My pleasure, Sakshi. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much. With that, viewers, we wrap up this very special conversation on earnings of Waaree Energies. A strong set of numbers coming in. Management definitely, confident about going forward from here, the growth continuing. And of course, on the other side, we'll get you the market coverage on Market Today. Stay tuned for that.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We continue with our coverage of first quarter earnings. Companies that have declared good numbers in this overall environment of gloom and doom. That's Transport Corporation of India Limited, where first quarter earnings have increased 17% to 107 crore rupees.